Hi, my name is Lai Feng Yi. So today I'm going to presenting about the crime documentary review. Okay, my topic over here is the Raincoat killer. This is the serial killer who hammered by many wealthy couples and sex workers to death, as known as the Raincoat killer. So the picture shows over here is Yu Yong-chul. He has killed 20 people across Seoul. Okay, so the victims usually include with the rich people, old man, masseuse, which means is the massage girl, okay, and woman. So he has committed a number of brutal murders. Killing method was very extremely cruel. Okay, Yu Yong Chul. Okay, so this is the characteristic of him. Okay, so he was born at 18 April 1970. He born in a poor family. So when he was a child, he has a strong desire to live a wealthy life of spending money. So when he was child, he was like thinking of he want to be rich. Okay, so in order to achieve his goal, he has been stealing since he was in high school and has been in prison for many times. Okay, so uh the 11 times of prison life, his wife, who was a masseuse, finally couldn't bear, cannot tahan with him lah. So his wife was divorced with him. So you thought that his wife don't want him because he had nothing, he was poor. Okay, so he got a strong revenge on the woman and the rich people, and then he began to plan to kill. Okay, so this is the first homicide, his first murder. It was happened on 24 September 2003. So after he released from the prison, the 13 days the 13 days after he released from the prison, so he broke into a two-story single family house and killed the old man and his wife. Okay, so they was beaten to death by the blunt objects. He didn't take anything of values, and the pleasure of killing someone for the first time might be let him satisfied. So the picture at the right bottom here was the crime scenes on that time. Okay, so the satisfaction of killing the rich and venting angel cannot last long, so he needs to act again. On 9th of October 2003, he followed the same pattern, brutally murdered Gao's family, his mother, wife, and his sons. Okay, after a week, he also murder a family who is named Choi and his wife. They were killed by the blunt instrument again. Okay, so after a long period of time, Raincoat killer never miss. Oddly enough, his perfect serial killings come to an abrupt end in the late November. So he was stop killing in the end of the November. Okay, so this is the reason that he's stopped killing. Okay, the first one was the police officer. Okay, so the police officer got a capture of in the CCTV, got a capture in the CCTV, and Juice was wanted. Okay, so this was happened on 18 November 2003. He broke into a single house through a drain pipe and killed the owner Kim and the worker. So the police, after that, the police released the closed circuit television, which is CCTV, to arrest the suspect, which made you dare to not act rashly. But there also another reason that he stopped killing. Okay, so might be he was in love with a woman. It is a masseuse, also a massage girl, but unfortunately, the woman abandoned you because of his criminal record of his epilepsy. So the woman also break up with him because of the criminal record, also the history of epilepsy. Epilepsy is a kind of sick, a kind of sick. So Jules' father and his brother also dead because of epilepsy. He began to implement a more detailed, well-planned murder plan after that. Okay, so before we move on in the next stage of his killing, uh, we got over here his modus operandi at this stage. Okay, so youth usually choose two-story single family homes that were far from the road. Okay, or because of courtyard is too large to be seen from outside, he always commit crimes during the time that elderly are alone at homes when their family members are away. Okay, so in this stage he always choose the rich people lah to kill in order to destroy witness. Even servants of rich family would not let them go. Okay, so if the scenes over there got the DNF of him, he even will set the fire to the crime scene. So all of the crime weapons are blunt instrument, especially the hammer are made by himself. Okay, which is the photo over here, the red color hammer. Oh, sorry. Got another point that was he was pretend to be a robber lah when he murdered someone. Okay. Okay, so after this, he start to killing again. Just now we said about that he was break up with her girlfriend and then he start to kill again. Okay, so in February 2004, he killed Jung. Okay, Jung is a man and set his van on fire and cover up his crime. For the disease, you just want to find someone in this area to experiment with the crime. And the real motivate is the Masil, which is massage girl, because his marriage and the love were buried in the hands of these people. Okay, so during this period, he kills a total of 11 Masils. He also want to kill his ex-wife and his ex-wife who abandoned him, but he have gave up the idea considering his 11-year-old son. Okay, from March 2004, he will call a massage girl to meet on the street. Then he will act like a police officer to trick the massage girl into his home, kill them with a blunt instrument, and saw the body into 15 to 18 pieces in the bathroom. The most pervert thing is that he also eat the organs. He also roast the organ and eat them. Okay, so after you back up the body, the small pieces body lah actually was, he usually take a taxi to the mountain behind Fengyuan Temple for burial. His model operandi is more careful than 2003. So the photo in the slides over here was fake pass of use to trick the massage girl lah to his home. Okay, so on 16 July, Yu was arrested when he called a massage girl for the third time. The boss who has lost two massage girls is arranging a meeting place and calling for the police. And Yu was arrested. But on the same day, Yu fell back home due to the negligence of police. But in the morning of 16, he was arrested again by police on his way to the station and confessed some of the criminal facts to the police. According to the information given by Yu, he have killed 27 people and police already confirmed 19 was dead. 11 females' bodies were dug up in the valley. During the expedition, he was made to wear a yellow raincoat and mask to conceal his identity. Hence, the moniker Raincoat Killer, which not Lee was not commonly used in the Korea, but usually was at media. Okay, so for the punishment, after 5 months of trials, the Seoul court finally found that Yu had killed 20 people and sentenced Yu to death. But Yu Yong-chul Darren resides in the Seoul, Seoul detention center. Was he awaits execution at the age 51 years old. The death penalty is still permissible under South Korea law, although it hasn't been carried out since 1997. He is currently living out his sentence at Busan prison. Okay, so before we move on, can summarize the modus operandi of Raincoat killer. Okay, so after he divorced his wife, the victim most will be target on the wealthy elderly people. And after he break up with the massage girl, the target look up is those massage girl lah. Okay, so for the modus operandi of the beginning, it was at the victim's home using the blunt instrument beat victim to dice. After his kill, he will pretend like a robbery in the crime scenes. After he gets hurt again with his ex-girlfriend, the massage girl, he began to implement a more detailed, well-planned killing plan. You drill to the police identity instrument, and then he will pretend like a police, and then to trick the girls to his home, and then kill them with a knife, chainsaw, red hammers, or scissors, and then cut them into the small pieces, roast the organ, roast the victim organ and eat. And then lastly, he will pack the body pieces in a bury and bury in the mountain. Okay, so for the motive for murder for you, okay, the first one, the history of epilepsy in the family caused him to lose his brother and elder brother, making you feel that the life is meaningless and lost the motivation to pursue. Okay, so he will feel like his life is no use. Then his minded is negative. Okay, so the second one, in the early days when he was in high school, he started stealing, robbing, and raped, and was in prison many times. So he was out of touch with the society for a very long time, which mean which made you appear typical characteristic of antisocial personality disorder. Okay, the third one, born in a poor family since childhood, use longer for the life of the rich. During his sentence, his wife asked for this divorce. He was shocked him a lot. You believe that poverty was main reason, which means him hate the rich people. Okay, and the fourth one, you proposed to his girlfriend who is claimed that he had epilepsy, and he got the history of in prison. He was abandoned by woman twice. So because the girl because of his ex-girlfriend and ex-wife were both masseuse, one masseuse which means massager. Okay, so you target the masseuse again. Okay, so for the conclusion, okay, the Raincoat killer incident had also attracted with the spur attention from all walks of life. In fact, serial killers already exist in other countries. Serial killers exist in all countries, and since the majority of victims are prostitutes and homeless people, more homicides are expected to go unreported. Serial killers kill more. Sorry, serious serial killers kill more for the thrill, the gratification of sexual desires, the pursuit of fantasy. Cause of the serial killings include dysfunctional parents-child relationship, depression, feelings of emptiness, attitudes that do not accept criticisms, social failures, and anger over sexual dysfunction. but even successful people can have one or two of these traits. Okay, so in this story, the lesson I have learned was people should stop blaming others. When youth murder was reported, people questions came one after another. Some people was blaming his mother, some was blaming with the rich people, then someone was blaming the president, and then most of the people will blame the society. The thing is, the same targets are also very reason why youth commit his horrible crimes. In fact, it is natural for people who used to blaming their external environment, but use this use disinfection and accusation against the society finally make him commit in an unforgivable crime. Now we should realize that instead of blindly blaming others, we should actively seek solution instead of venting. Okay, so, sorry, Miss. I know the time is a bit long, but I got an idea in my reference over here. So besides reading the article, I have watched the movie in the Netflix, okay, the Raincoat Killer. For this TV series, what I have feel more is the modus operandi of protagonists. Although humans are not monkey, but humans are imitate intuitively like monkeys, which means people will learn, okay? So in the movie I watched over here, actually it is not teaching like people how to prevent of murder of or prevent of this kind of thing to happen. But the thing is, uh for me, I feel the film in the Netflix, sorry, the film the Raincoat Killer is teaching that people how to be a murderer. Okay, so um the role is subconscious and will teach those who are angry and emotionally disturbed how to be a violent. And when their emotion, although the government plays the certain role in monitoring violence and television works, parents should play a greater role in monitoring their children and even themselves when watching TV, movies, and online works. In addition to these bad factors, people should look for kind help and promotion when seeking emotional relief. Okay, so that's all for my presentation. I sincerely appreciate your attention in this evening on in this morning. Okay, so and that bring me to the end of my group presentation. Actually was me only. Okay, so thank you so much for the interest and attention. At this time I will to have my classmate speak maybe, so I will finish up my saying thank you for your attention and selamat hari raya, Miss. Thank you.